my name's Glory, and I'm here to introduce you to a fantastic hidden gem. Riftbreaker borrows a lot of different elements from different genres. It uses tower defense ideas from games like Warcraft 3 tower defense maps, action from ARPGs like Diablo, and sprinkles in some factory management from games like Satisfactory and Factorio, and blends them to create this amazing factory management bullet hell tower defense game. To quickly give a summary on how the game works, the game starts off by throwing you into a planet inhabited by alien species that don't take too kindly to visitors. You start off by gathering basic material like carbon and iron to establish your main headquarters. You then start automating this process of gathering materials by building factories that mine for you. And everything mined will be automatically transported to your universal storage. You can be mining something across the map, and as long as you have the power, these resources will be moved into your storage without needing any conveyor belts or anything like that. Liquid and gas, however, require means of transportation, but more on that later. After establishing your HQ, the not-so-friendly Xenozerg will start paying you visits to welcome you to their planet. Make sure to return the kindness. Since your factory and outposts will be scattered all around the map, you will need to set up some defenses, like walls, turrets, traps to help you defend multi-front attacks that progressively get harder the more you progress in the campaign. Basic turrets only require power to operate, but the longer the game goes and the more advanced the enemy units become, you will need to build advanced, specialized turrets that not only use power, but also require ammunition to operate. Every single bullet/explosive you see in these clips is manufactured. All turret ammunition is manufactured in the ammo factory automatically. You need only supply it with power, carbon, and iron, and it will make every single type of ammo on its own. The same can be said about your own mech's guns, but are produced in the armory instead. So what is the goal? The campaign's objective is to build and power a rift station to open a portal back to Earth. This station requires 3 advanced materials that do not exist on your starting planet. Yes, I said starting planet. You can and must go to different planets in order to complete the campaign. And the campaign's loop is just that. Settle on your starting planet, fortify it, travel to a new planet that has an advanced resource you need, do the same there, go back and expand your headquarters with the new technologies acquired, and move on to another planet, and the loop goes on. If any of that sounds complicated, don't worry, as the game's campaign does an excellent job in guiding you through the different stages and always lets you know what to do next. Planets also have different biomes, weather conditions, planet layouts, resource availability, and even different types of enemies. This is directly tied to how you produce power in each of the different planets. Your starting planet, for example, has 100% efficiency on both solar and wind green energies, as well as your thermal plants, gas vents, and sludge you can use to produce energy. Whereas this desert planet has 50% on wind and 200% on solar, incentivizing you to lean more towards solar energy and investing in more batteries to store your excess for the nights where solar panels stop working. Speaking of green energy efficiencies, you will encounter numerous weather events that will affect these efficiencies either negatively or positively. For example, a storm might hit the planet, causing solar panels to drop while increasing wind turbine efficiencies. Dust storms, on the other hand, will lower the solar output. Some events like fog reduce both of these efficiencies. Other events like hailstorm will deal damage to you and all your buildings in a specific area of the map. You can also get meteor showers that can create this cinematic masterpiece. All in all, these events offer a nice piece of extra challenge whenever you visit a planet, even though they don't last very long. Factory management is very streamlined and relatively simple. If you're coming from games like Satisfactory or Factorio, don't expect any level of complexity that comes even near to what is required in those games. Some buildings, like the gas reactor, will require a very basic setup to achieve 100% efficiency. To give a quick example, a gas reactor needs 50 gas per second, whereas a starting sludge pump and gas filtering plant only provide 25, requiring you to build 2 to feed into the reactor. There are also gas vents you can use that produces 75 gas per second, meaning that every 2 vents can be fed into 3 reactors. Basic stuff like that. These values are of course based on the level 1 of these structures. The more you advance to the factory, the more efficiency you can get out of the same buildings. With that out of the way, I can finally get into the meat and potatoes of Riftbreaker.
Murdering Xenofilth.
During your adventure in Riftbreaker, you will have the ability to research a plethora of nodes. Oh my Jesus, what the hell? That's a big skill tree. Oh my god, there's more? Bruh, this is a skill forest. What is this? Thanks me from the past for this spot-on reaction. Do not worry though, as you spend time researching, you will quickly pick up on how this research forest develops. The main things I want to highlight though are the machines of slaughter available at your disposal. Your mech is outfitted with 2 arms. Each arm can hold 3 weapons. That means at any point in time, you have the luxury to dispose of your alien neighbors in 6 different ways. You have a huge list of available weapons you can use: machine guns, flamethrowers, mortars, missile launchers, grenade launchers, a flippin' minigun, hand grenades, and many others. But best of all, a nuclear warhead launcher. That was my favorite. The only limiting factor to your extraterrestrial downsizing initiative is your ammo. Mech ammo is produced automatically in your armory. The higher level your armory, the more ammo you're going to get. That's why you try to diversify your arsenal so you can use all the different ammo throughout an engagement. Guns can also be equipped with mods, further adding to the build diversity this game offers. You can have things like adding elemental damage, increasing range, adding area damage, giving your bullets pierce, and many others. Your mech is also equipped with a movement ability. You can have things like dash, big daddy jump, dodge rolls, and some others. Each one of these movement abilities provides something over the other. Dodge rolls cover a lot of distance, while big daddy jump allows you to jump over your own spaghetti factories that you will keep getting stuck in. The game also features melee weapons. They generally offer less destructive power than the ranged arsenal, but they do come with an advantage of not needing any ammo from the armory. These weapons also are quite varied, things like hammers, swords, spears, and even fists. Now I could stop there and the build diversity is already through the roof for a game like this, but this is Riftbreaker. Expectations are merely suggestions here. On top of all that, your mech can be equipped with special powers that can be used on a cooldown. Things like an orbital strike that can decimate enemies that are weak to explosives, or an elemental tornado that turns Zerg swarms that surround and wreck you into a mild inconvenience. You would think I'm lying, but there are also things like deploying turrets, planting devastating mines with different effects, running scanners, many others. The list of what you can do honestly sometimes feels endless in this game. But what about turrets? Remember that absurd list of weapons you can outfit your mech with? Your turrets can be equipped with the same ones and then some. You can have things like flamethrowers, missile towers, artillery turrets, acid towers, minigun towers, and yes, even the nuclear warhead, and so much more. Each type of turret excels in dealing with specific enemies. The great part about this is you can mix and match your turrets to have a front that can deal with every type of enemy coming your way. Ballistic resistant enemies, missile turrets got you covered. Long range bombard enemies, your own artillery will do most of the work. You get the idea. And I'm not even going to go into all the different wall layouts, fortifications that are only limited by your creativity and your moral compass. The enemies are really well varied as well. You will face melee, ranged, bombards, bosses, stealth, spawners, walking rocks, mod abominations, you name it, Riftbreaker has it. The same enemies also come in different flavors and different resistances. Some enemies are completely immune to some specific types of damage while weak to others. Experimentation is highly recommended here. Riftbreaker also does not shy from having a lot of attention to detail. If you find it possible to take the time and slow down, you can notice things like bugs running up to alien corpses to feed, or how each building's visuals drastically change when you upgrade them. Here's a side-by-side of a carbon extractor level 1 and a level 3. Pretty sweet. There is honestly so much to talk about this game, but this video is already getting too long to my liking, so I'ma call it quits. If Riftbreaker is a game you haven't played before, then let this be your cue to check the game out, as it is so much worth it.